Good evening, I'm AJ and you're watching AJ's Entertainment Tonight. Joining me now is John Barry and Adam Boise. G'day guys, how are you?
Good, thanks.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, John, you're one of Adam's kind of recipients of medicine?
Absolutely, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe if you can give us a brief rundown of your where you started. You said you had trouble with skin cancer in your life.
Absolutely. Growing up, relative to diet issues and lifestyle issues, I had cause to go and see skin specialists and have certain skin cancers removed over the last 20 years. And more recently, I conceded that a particular skin cancer that was covered an area of my nose here on the right side was had been growing for the last 10 years, if you like.
So it's kind of like it marked you on your face.
Oh, absolutely. It was pretty obvious.
And disfigured you and so
absolutely. On. And I eventually had to concede because I couldn't wear glasses, I couldn't squint without pain and without bleeding occurring. So I couldn't take a hot shower in the morning without it coming out weak, and this caused me some concern in the business place and marketplace, and so I thought, right, off I go to the plastic surgeon. Now I checked into what would be considered a very reasonable and good
reputable
character, yeah, absolutely, and he assured me that I was right. I had skin cancer and that he was going to need to cut that out. Now, because of the size of it and the position, he advised me that given the nature of the beast, the root system would have had cause to get into my tear duct, which was going to cause me no end of discomfort and ongoing concerns. And he would need to get the root system out. I'd take the root system and he would need to extract my eye, and in due course he would take a piece of...
Hang on a minute. Extract your eye? What do you mean by that, John?
Take the eye out.
Permanently?
So you were going to lose your eye permanently?
I would most certainly be see my eye.
Throughout the procedure of the medical profession?
Absolutely. In so as to deal with the
Or
roots.
we should say the medical procedure for this particular procedure.
So that he could get to the root system.
Yeah.
At which stage he would have to take a skin graft from the back of my neck and cover the eye space and the side of the nose and do the best he could. And he assured me that he featured in American medical journals and that he had this great technique and fantastic, and God bless him. And
yeah. So long story short, what happened?
Mentally, the clock was ticking, and I made it my business to research and travel through every chemist and organic shop to find an answer.
Yep.
Which led me to Wilson's Organics in Goodger Street here in Adelaide.
Yep.
And speaking loudly to one of the characters there in the shop, I was overheard by another person in the shop who had heard me talking with some stress in my voice and said, look, there is a character here in Adelaide Hills doing and working on projects that sound the same as what you need.
Yeah.
And at which stage I got him to point out different products on the shelf, got the phone number off one of the products, tapped it into my mobile, walked outside the store and rang the man I now know to be Adam.
And here he is, Adam Boise. So what can you tell us? You need your dark glasses?
Yeah, there's what we did was help John.
Okay.
And John rang me up and literally came up and saw me and had this basal cancer and told me his story that he was going to get his eye removed.
Yep.
So we took him out to the garden and picked him a bunch of this herb and said to apply it, once or twice a day or 3 times a day, and the rest is kind of history. Hey, John. So what happened when you started applying it?
Adam explained to me that when I applied it, there would be a little patch. It would become a defined patch around, if you like, the perimeter of the dead cells. He told me pretty much exactly what was going to happen. That this outline would form and the whiteness would, certain
like a
discoloration would
discharge
happen.
or something like that?
And absolutely. And then there would be a discharge, which I later, among friends and family, defined as more like hot wax. There was nothing pustular about it, so much as it was more hot wax that just purely seeped out. Now, because of the size of the cancer, and I'd let that happen for many years because I'm a redneck character that wasn't too interested in seeing doctors. So it was quite large and had been there for an extended period. This defined line covered pretty much the area that I'm showing you.
Yeah.
And covered there, and a little bit top surface of the eyelid. And as I understood from the medical character that said the root system would be under the eye and blah, 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 and Adam said that this would track all the dead flesh, basically. There was nothing uncomfortable about the feeling or the sensation, but I could, absolutely, that's exactly what happened. It became a very well-defined mark, and over the course of the next 24, 48, 56 hours, if you like, it started to weak.
Okay, so through the progression of the healing process, from the time you applied the herb to the time that you are the way you are now, how long was that process?
2 weeks I had the result that finishes up down in the bottom right corner here.
Yeah, from what you can see on the screen now, basically every once or twice a day John was applying this sap from this particular herb to the tumour, and over a period of basically 2 weeks, or within a week and about 9 or 10 days, it had stopped weeping the pus. That would be correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then it was basically healing the wound that was left behind, the scar. So
that's incredible.
John found within about about 2 weeks roughly.
I continued my job at night. I continued to go to family dinner, and I continued to act as I do in public, and the immediate family and others close to me
so in other words,
absolutely
astounded
at the speed.
Well, so in other words, what you just said, from what you just told me, John, is that by saying that you continued working, you continued this, you continued that, is that you had no interruptions in your life really from what it was, other than the fact that you had to rub the herb in and treat it, and it was effective enough to let us see you here today the way you are.
Absolutely. It was just a visual thing for other people that could see, my God, you know what's going on the side of your nose.
It's really important to understand that the treatment we're talking about here is for basal cancer or squamous cancer, not for melanoma. Melanoma is a systemic cancer, and what may appear to be fixed on the surface may mean that it's gone internal into your body and running amok. So very important that we make a point here of saying that people, if they're going to look at this sort of treatment, basal cancer, squamous cancer, which are usually the little ulcers that you get or the little bits of dried skin that you pick and they bleed and things like that.
Okay.
Because melanoma is a very dangerous cancer, and people should get that looked at professionally.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
I think your story is just fantastic and amazing. Thank you, John.
I can't tell you what it's done for my confidence. I just can't help but say that. I hope you don't mind.
Look, you look great and you look fresh, and I'm so happy that you've removed this thing from your face. And again, guys, I'd like to thank you both for coming in.
Thank you very much.
And thank you very much for your time. And we'll be back right after this break.